If your painting keeps looking muddy and you're changing lighting, you're changing the materials, the colors, the contrast, and it keeps looking muddy, the answer to this might be simpler than you may think. My name is Jose Vega and I've been working in the industry for over a decade as a principal environment concept artist. And this session or this video is from one of our one-on-one mentorship 90 days. And we go how your value structure affects pretty much your entire image. And one of the main important things about this is that your light areas and your shadow areas need to contain their own value range separate. Once you start blending those together, now your image is gonna start looking muddy and it's really hard to read. So let's check it out.
I can't tell if it feels muddied, you know? Like I feel like I never separated my values too much before, you know? Like I'm trying to get a lot better at that. But I feel like it gave me more muddy images before.
Yeah.
So I felt like separating it all out would add like a level of clarity, but I think it takes away like the stormy effect as well at the same time. So it's like a balancing act or so.
Yeah. So this is what happens, and I learned this from a book. I forgot what it's called. I'm not sure if it's the Color and Light book or a different book, but when you're dealing with an image that has a direct light source, whether it's artificial or natural, right? And in this case, you do, right? You have some artificial light here. One of the things that you have to decide is, or the way that I like to think about it is that if I look at and this is for everybody as they work on their image. Let's say this is your value range, right? From 0, which is black, or white, however you want to see it, and 100, right? This is your whole value range that you have in your image as a whole, right? And you have your light areas and your shadow areas, right? And what I mean by light areas are the areas that are affected by direct light directly, right? So this area here, right? This area here, this area here, this area here, this area here, this and this, and a little bit of this, right? So when I look at your image, only these areas here are being affected by direct light, right? And so when I compare the real estate of those areas in compared to the rest of the areas which are in shadow or lit by ambient light, right? These areas are very little in terms of the real estate that it takes from the canvas. So let's say, for example, that this takes, I don't know, like 10% of the canvas, right? And so when this is happening, right? When this is happening, your value structure is very little light and a lot of shadow areas. And so when an image starts getting muddy is when, if you have a situation like this where you have very little light areas and a lot of shadow areas, what you want to have, or what you want to do is your let me see, how can I portray this visually? I'll do this in 2. So let's say the right side is your shadow areas, and this is your light areas. And this is still 0, 100, 0, 100, right? So 0 being white, and then 100 being black completely. And so what you want to do on a situation like this that you have is that your light areas, which is these, you want to have very little range of values. So everything is almost going to be blown out, right? And so in terms of values, and then your shadow areas is going to take most of your value range available, because since it has a bigger real estate, you need more space or more range of values in order to detail the forms and all that. And so when a image starts getting muddy is when you start doing the light areas having more value range and starts getting into the range of the shadow areas, right? Or vice versa, right? And so I always like to think about what's the relationship of that. What are my lighter areas and what are my darker areas, right? So if my whole image is mostly in shadow, I'm going to have a wider range of values in those areas, and then my light areas are just going to be like really blown out with very little range, or vice versa. Mm-hmm. And so as you're working, right, your image, like here, like for example on here on the shadow or on the light source, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to start putting all this crazy, you know, detail in here, because this is my area. This is going to be almost like super simplified area, right? Just so I can leave space for my shadow areas to have enough information for them to read. Mm-hmm. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so I think that's sort of what happens in here, where you start incorporating more values than needed in those areas, and now they start sort of like blending with each other, and it starts getting like muddy and like hard to read as well. Mm-hmm. And so you can see here where even though you didn't touch it, like everything looks a little bit more control and in their own space and all that. And so, yeah, value structure is one of those very foundational, structural, important things that really sells the readability of your image. And we have to make sure that you get a good value structure early on in our process. If you're interested in any feedback like this, make sure that you check our 90-day one-on-one mentorships that we run. The link is in the description box below. Or if you have any questions, make sure that you leave it in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next one.